What are the benefits of digital load cells over analog load cells? When purchasing a truck scale, many times you will have a choice between digital load cells or analog load cells. Let's explore the two types of tech and decide the best fit for you. There are many different choices to consider when purchasing a truck scale. For example, steel deck or concrete, above ground or pit. But one of the most important might be the load cell choice. Traditional analog load cells or modern-day digital load cells. Let's take a look at the two types of load cells, and you can decide which is the best fit for you. Analog and digital signals are types of signals that both carry information from the weighing machine to the scale display, where you'll check the weight reading. Analog signals have been around forever and are mostly used in communication systems. Think AM and FM radio. Digital signals represent more sophisticated data that is processed faster and is less likely to be disrupted. In other words, think of Wi-Fi connectivity compared to your old rabbit ears antenna TV, a form of analog signal. Let's now take what we know about analog and digital signals and relay that into how analog and digital load cells function. An analog load cell measures the amount of resistance of compression caused by weight being applied to the strain gauge and converts it to an analog signal or voltage. Each load cell is connected to a junction box that sums each load cell's voltage and transmits the sum to the scale indicator. The indicator then converts the sum to a digital signal and displays the weight. While a digital load cell technically starts as an analog signal, this signal never leaves the load cell as an analog signal. The conversion to digital happens directly on the main board of the digital load cell, and thus the transmitted signal is of higher quality and stays that way. There is no conversion needed later on, and sometimes a junction box can be avoided altogether. Okay, so how do you apply this to purchasing a truck scale? Let's look at a few key features of the digital load cell that the analog load cell doesn't offer. First, because the digital signal is of higher quality, troubleshooting the digital load cell, and consequently any scale issues, is much easier. This can be done remotely via computer or from the scale house itself. The days of a technician measuring the voltage at each load cell or junction box are a thing of the past with a digital load cell. Second, and related to the first point above, if there is a problem with any of the load cells or the indicator, these components are easy to replace since all of the components store calibration data. Calibration data can be downloaded from the indicator to the new load cell or from the load cell to the new indicator. Digital load cells work very well against lightning. If you put a large slab of steel in the middle of a field, it's going to act as a lightning rod of sorts. The last thing you want is a huge bill every time a thunderstorm comes through and lightning wipes out your scale components. Because of the higher quality digital signal, this technology has proven to be resistant to lightning or surge events, provided the scale is properly grounded. So you might be wondering, when would it make sense to purchase a truck scale with analog load cells? If minimizing your upfront cost is a key factor in your truck scale purchase, you will likely be able to save around 5 to 8% by purchasing an analog truck scale. If you would rather keep your existing weight scale indicator because it has a computer program or custom ticket associated with it, then an analog truck scale might also be for you. Lastly, although rare, some service companies are not well versed in servicing digital truck scales. It's best to ask your scale service company if they are comfortable servicing a digital truck scale before purchasing one. If they aren't, it might be best to stick with an analog system. As with all of our videos, we want to make sure you are as informed as possible before making a big decision like purchasing a truck scale. If we can help provide any more clarity on load cell technology, weight measurement, or anything truck scale related, please don't hesitate to contact us. Be sure to visit centralcarolinascale.com for more information on our truck scales with digital load cells.